This is Musical Autopsy, the feature where Doc Buckley heads on down to the musical morgue to slice up a song or artist. And what are we pulling out of the fridge this time? It's the internet's favorite punching bag, whether they're still relevant or not. It's Nickelback, with their summer 2017 single, Must Be Nice. Nickelback. Canada's second most hated export according to the internet. The first, of course, being Justin Bieber. They're one of those fun phenomenons where they were at one time very popular, but you had no friends who would admit to liking them. Like how Keeping Up with the Kardashians still pulls in pretty great ratings, despite the fact that you don't have a single friend who would ever tell you that they watch it. And if you ever caught them watching it, they'd be like, it's just like, I watch it because it's stupid, I'm like laughing at them. So we start off with these broken, disjointed, intentionally reworked nursery rhymes, like the part I just played for you, as well as this one from verse 2. I'm sure this is supposed to be artistic and like a commentary on society, but they couldn't even make this weird mashup of nursery rhymes rhyme? And the selection of these particular lyrics is made even stranger by the chorus. So first off, these aren't fairy tales, they're nursery rhymes. Apparently, Chad Kroeger doesn't know the difference. And some of them aren't even that, like the references to Wheels on the Bus or Hush Little Baby. The first is just a kid's song, and the other is a goddamn lullaby. Whenever the writing process can be summed up as, close enough, you know it's pretty shitty. And second, who the fuck is he singing this to? His life has been a fairy tale for over 15 years, maybe longer. He's a musician. His idea of the daily grind is making music, not exactly living a fucking tough life. Oh, it must be nice to spend each day in paradise. You would know! Fucker's been a millionaire now for nearly 2 decades. I talked about this with Paramore's Ain't It Fun a few years back, a song where Hayley Williams sings about someone who doesn't know what it's like to live life in the real world. And I said that this would only make sense if this was going out to her future self when she was no longer relevant, to which Hayley Williams conveniently responded, actually I am singing about myself, which is easy to say after the fact, but when you're a celebrity, it comes off as incredibly hypocritical to talk shit about people who have it easy. You have it easy! Maybe you didn't always, but you certainly do now, and anyone who makes it in the music industry, whatever, I don't give a shit how hard they work to get there. There's a lot of luck that goes into reaching that level of fame. There are tons of people who are as talented or more talented than a huge number of celebrities. But they're not famous because what it really comes down to is what Mr. Pink said in Reservoir Dogs, although he did say it about a guy dying. Some fellas are lucky and some ain't. How in the fuck do I have nearly 600,000 subscribers and someone else who might be putting in just as much effort into their work doesn't? And how come I don't have as many subscribers as some other people when my work is just as good or maybe even better? It's pretty much all a fucking roll of the dice. Here's what I will say about Nickelback. People call them sellouts, which doesn't make any sense because that suggests that they were cool at some point and then they sold out to make money, but they were always kind of that wuss rock, like How You Remind Me and Photograph and Too Bad, and all the songs that made them really famous. That was early on in their career. But now they could easily revert to that, take the you-know-who route, and make crappy crossover pop songs that'll get played on top 40 stations. And instead, they've gone heavier. I don't know if this is an overcompensation for being called wuss rock for so long, if they just want to piss people off by having to classify Nickelback as a hard rock band now, or if this is just the creative direction they want to go and there's no ulterior motive. But you have to give them some respect for not just making Rockstar over and over and making a bunch of money while rock music continues to become less and less relevant to a younger audience. Now, I said you have to give them some respect. Not enough to not make fun of a stupid song where a guy pretends he's just like everyone else, sympathizing with the plight of the working man. Ugh, look at these elitists. Must be nice living in a fucking fairy tale, huh? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to drive my Lamborghini to my mansion. Just a typical day in the life of us commoners. This is Musical Autopsy. Bag it and tag it.